I'm WVTM 13 Chief Meteorologist Jason Simpson. Weather looks a little interesting around Alabama in the next couple of days, and the farther south you go, the worse some of the conditions could get, especially along the Alabama Gulf Coast. I think there's a good chance we have something that is very close to tropical storm conditions developing for Mobile and Baldwin counties, as well as places like Pensacola, Fort Walton Beach, Destin, Panama City, and over toward Mexico Beach as well. Virtually all of Alabama, coastal Alabama, and northwest Florida in line for some rough weather because of two things that are going on. One, a disturbance in the western Gulf, and then number two, this thing, a major hurricane, a Category 4 Hurricane Lydia that slammed ashore close to Puerto Vallarta, Mexico earlier this afternoon. This is Tuesday. That's the 7 o'clock Tuesday advisory. 140 mile per hour sustained winds, and the core of that thing is now inland and being sheared apart by the mountains of Mexico. So what happens with this over the next 24 hours is that I think it's going to end up tracking toward the northeast, and although the center of circulation, it dissipates, there is this thing called law of conservation of energy. So everything that was contained within this has to be converted to something else, and in this case, it's going to be converted into strong upper air winds and a moisture transport. So a lot of Pacific moisture. Then you have Gulf moisture also getting caught up in that, and that's where the trouble will begin for the Alabama Gulf Coast. You also have a fairly strong jet stream aloft. So look at this. Early Thursday morning, we've got this disturbance that has come through and helped to pick up the remnants of Lydia, as well as that disturbance in the western Gulf. So on the northwestern side of that, you have descending air. So it's starting to dry out west of Alabama. But southeast Alabama, Georgia, Florida, in this zone right here, there's still probably plenty of wind and rain. And then we get into Friday, and there's another big disturbance that comes in from the northwest. And this one will drive a cold front in that could also bring a few isolated showers with it by Friday night. So who gets some rain around Alabama with this thing? Not a lot of us, especially north of Birmingham. Huntsville, Decatur, the Shoals, next to nothing. Little, if any, even around the north side of Tuscaloosa, say Northport, up toward Gardendale and Jefferson County, Rimlap, Aniana, Coleman, Gadsden. Not a lot of rain expected there. It gets heavier and steadier down to the south, especially from Montgomery down toward Troy and Eufaula. And then the farther south we go from there, obviously, toward the Gulf Coast. It's certainly looking quite a bit heavier than that. The latest projected precipitation through Friday is for about an inch or more from Elmore and Autauga counties southward, and a fraction of an inch of rain over northwest Alabama. Here's how we think it's going to play out. This is based off the HRRR, or the HRRR model. Sometimes we call it that. What you see here is a lot of virga on Wednesday morning. That'll keep the temperature lower because it's precipitation that's evaporating before it reaches the ground. By Wednesday afternoon, those bands of showers in Tuscaloosa County and Jefferson County, Shelby, Talladega, Bibb County, Chilton County, and south of there, that's real rain. What's happening farther up to the north, probably not all that significant if you're getting anything at all in, say, Cherokee County or Cullman or Marshall, DeKalb, Jackson, Madison. Certainly over toward Hamilton and then up to Russellville, there's just not that much potential for significant rain. If you have outdoor plans, you may want to consider bringing them inside on Wednesday evening just because it may be wet enough, but I certainly don't see it raining a lot. The chance of a shower certainly there Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. The next cold front comes in. That's going to knock the temperature down quite a bit this weekend, and we may be optimistic with mid to upper 60s on Sunday and Monday of next week. Some guy that's now suggesting at least North Alabama could be in the 50s during that time frame.